The first thing I did after reincarnating as a pig was to devour 200 pounds of pig feet, making myself the fattest pig in the pen. The other piglets all thought I was crazy. The fatter you get, the easier it is to be processed, and even more likely to be used for breeding. That sounds worse than the alternative, but what they didn't know was that I awakened a devour and evolve system. I just need to eat to keep getting stronger. Even though eating feed is slow, safe enough, I thought I could smoothly reach 1,000 pounds and evolve. But then 2 humans showed up and messed up my plans. A little girl tugged on a man's hand whining. Her teary eyes kept glancing my way. Daddy, don't hurt Snowball, he's been good. But the man's face didn't change at all. The market has already placed the order. We'll sell him right before the holiday. After hearing their conversation, the feed in my mouth suddenly tasted bland. But luckily the holiday was still far off. If I could just evolve before then, I'd find a way out of this farm. So for the next 2 months I ate like crazy. Whether it was cucumbers or pumpkins, I stuffed them all into my mouth. But since I was eating low energy food, my stats weren't improving much. Even though compared to other pigs, I was already a giant. I wasn't nearly strong enough to face humans. Just as I was thinking this, the man came back with a few others. Seeing I'd grown even fatter, he quickly waved to the men behind him. Give me a hand, fellas. After we load my pig, I'll treat you all to a good meal. Even struggling hard, I was dragged out by my tail. Seeing the big truck with its metal cage, my heart sank. A small truck I might have tipped over and escaped, but this kind of truck with a metal cage shattered my hopes completely. But as they loaded me in, I noticed they didn't lock the cage, just used a latch to secure it. This was my final hope for escape, to avoid being seen. I waited till the truck was on the highway and used my tongue to push the latch open. Just as the cage was about to open, I suddenly realized a problem. Cities are full of people everywhere, no good for my evolution. I needed to find a forest or mountains to avoid conflict with humans, and the more remote the place, the better for me to hide and grow. After waiting over half an hour, I finally spotted the perfect place. Stretch of mountain forest, filled with trees as thick as several people. Once I reached that old growth forest, even hundreds of people working together couldn't drag me back. So I licked the latch open with my tongue, then pushed off with my hind legs, and jumped from the speeding truck. I hit the ground and bent the guardrail, then rolled down a steep slope into a river. Luckily my strength and stamina were high, though only my hind leg was hurt, worried about being seen. I climbed out of the creek without a second to spare, and plunged into the forest ahead. I planned to find a hidden spot to recover, but a dark brown plant under a big tree caught my attention. Its dark brown stem with branches and green leaves was the valuable herb Polygonum multiflorum. Just as I was about to swallow it, a half-meter long centipede shot out from behind the tree. Its long black-red body quickly moved toward me. One bite from that thing, and even an elephant would be in trouble. Luckily I was now over 6 feet long, so I just rolled on the ground once, squashed that big centipede flat. Looking at the mess, a great idea hit me. Centipede this big is a treasure. Eating it should boost my strength a lot. I quickly gulped the giant centipede down. Right then the system's voice rang in my ear. Species domestic pig, current weight 480 pounds. Stamina 6, strength 16, first animal devoured skill unlocked. Devour beam can directly absorb and consume food, greatly increasing devouring capacity. To test the devour beam, I opened my mouth at the Polygonum multiflorum. Next second it flew straight toward me, shrinking as it flew, and I swallowed it in one gulp. Then my hind leg felt a tingly numbness. The injured leg healed completely in 3 seconds. My strength and stamina went up by 2 points, and my weight hit 500 pounds. Feeling the endless power in my body, I couldn't help but feel joy. This forest is my treasure land. After eating near the big tree for 2 days, my weight reached 600 pounds, but now the food around me was less effective, so I decided to try my luck deeper in the forest. When I reached a small river's edge, I opened my mouth at the fish in the water. A steady stream of fish flew into my mouth, and my strength increased substantially. I lay by the river opening my mouth to swallow any fish that came near. But after eating a certain number of fish, my strength stopped growing. Instead, my stamina attribute increased. As I ate more and more fish, my pale body gradually turned reddish-brown, and sharp tusks grew from the sides of my mouth. Then the system's voice sounded again. Species wild boar, current weight 650 pounds. Stamina 30, strength 50. After reverting to a wild boar, my body was almost 10 feet long. Eating ordinary small fish was no longer helpful, so I decided to head deeper into the forest. But I hadn't gone far when a wolf howl sounded not far away. I walked toward the howl and hid in some bushes. A pack of wolves was attacking 2 black bears. Usually a wolf pack can't beat a bear, but this big bear had a cub with it. To protect its kid, it couldn't fight freely. Right then they spotted me. Several wolves charged at me. I bent my hind legs slightly, and with one furious charge sent 3 wolves flying. The alpha wolf howled at its dead companions, then led the pack quickly into the woods. The big bear gave me a long look, then also disappeared into the trees with its cub. I used Devour Beam on the wolf corpses. My weight reached 700 pounds. Stamina and strength rose to 70 and 80. After eating my fill, I slowly continued deeper in, but then a steel trap appeared ahead. This immediately set off alarm bells. Only one kind of person sets traps this deep in an old growth forest. Poachers. Not far away a tiger roared, but those poachers were after that tiger, since these guys could threaten my safety. But I didn't plan to confront them directly. I decided to find the poacher's base first. Then at night I decharge in recklessly and take care of them all. When I arrived at the scene, I saw only 5 poachers sitting together. At their feet was a plastic bag. A thick tiger tail stuck out from the opening. It seemed they'd already taken care of the tiger. At night, after leaving one man on watch, the others went into tents. I quietly approached the camp, then charged at the guard on duty. Before the poacher could react, I sent him flying over 20 feet high. The noise woke the other poachers, but they were all sent flying as soon as they left their tents. I looked at the nearby black plastic bag. I opened it with my tusk. A complete Siberian tiger lay before me. Next to it was a brown bear corpse even bigger than me. Seeing this, my heart leapt with joy. If I could devour this brown bear, I'd meet the evolution requirements. Just then a faint sound came from nearby. I looked in the direction of the sound. There was a small plastic bag there. Curious, I went over and flipped it open. I saw 2 skinny little tiger cubs, but I didn't plan to eat them too. They didn't look like much meat. Eating them probably wouldn't give much energy. So I went back to the brown bear and opened my mouth at it. The huge bear corpse shrank before my eyes and finally went into my mouth. The system's prompt sounded in my ear. Host weight increased to 1,000 pounds. Evolution conditions met. Next second I felt my body expanding continuously. A layer of black armor covered my brown fur, and my tusks grew to 20 inches long. After evolving, I called up the system. System, show me my stats. Species black armored boar, weight 1,400 pounds, strength 300, size 300. Skill unlocked, black armor. The black armor covering the body makes it immune to regular physical damage. If I devour that Siberian tiger too, I wonder if my power will rise again. Thinking this, I slowly walked toward the tiger, but the 2 cubs blocked my way. I roared at them, but they didn't back down. They stood guard in front of their mother. Seeing this, I hesitated a bit. These little guys are quite spirited. I could make them my sidekicks. They might help me in the future. So I went to an open spot and dug a big hole with my tusks, and I dragged the tiger's body into it. After finishing this, I went back to the 2 cubs. Cubs were silent for a moment, then obediently followed me. Next, I went into the tents and started searching for supplies I needed. Even though I'm deep in the mountains now, news from outside is still important to me. Only by knowing what humans are up to can I ensure my safety in these mountains. So I still need a cell phone.